Hello, my sisters. How are you today? I have been a little bit under the weather. I caught a cold um, from the airplane on the way back, and it's been about a week, so I'm getting over it. So finally felt like I could go to the gym because I could not exercise for the whole month I was in the US. Anyway, it's another story. So I thought I would come on here real quick and do a quick video because I see a lot of comments from sisters, especially my older single sisters, still debating whether they can move to Panama or Mexico or Ecuador. And the answer is a resounding yes, sis. I'm 66. The majority of the sisters here are in their, not the majority, probably in their 70s, 60s, and 70s. So we did it. You can too. Now, I have noticed that some of the sisters may be challenged in terms of their financial situation. And I did a couple of videos about the threats to retirement, Social Security. Now, I think I was way ahead of time when I mentioned that because the last couple of weeks, that's all they're talking about in the news. Somebody calling it the Ponzi scheme, that it should be eliminated. So we are at risk. We are at high risk, right? So we as a sisterhood, we're trying to figure out how can we make it in the absence in case Social Security is wiped out or held or, somebody messes with it. And of course, we're all hoping and praying nothing like that happens. But the sisters who are very limited, I had a sisterman ask me, I am as I said, I'm open now to co-living. The idea being we want to really trim the fat and lower our expenses to the point where we can support each other in the absence of Social Security, God forbid. But if you are limited and you're looking for like rent in the amount of, like the sister said, $300 to $500 a month, don't know that Panama would fit that budget, okay? Even in the interior, because you have other things to consider when you are looking at it's not, rent, of course, is your largest expense, but then there is food, there is transportation, there is cable, you have your cell phone, which is a must. You have to have access, you have to communicate with people in case something happens to you, right? So and that's why I do videos where I talk to people like this lady in Indonesia. She's probably not so worried because if you have a rent of about $200 a month, yes, yes, you can make it. So this is why I keep telling you, ladies, don't be stuck on one country. If it doesn't happen in one country, be open to another one. And even for us who are here in Panama or in Portugal, we keep talking about the need, and I mentioned that before, someone's like, what is a second passport? The second passport, a passport, you have to be a citizen of a country to have a passport, right? Your US passport, your Jamaican passport, your African passport. So we are looking at other ways to obtain another passport because it gives you more leverage. It gives you more choices, okay? So you don't feel stuck, which is what I always talk about. You don't want to feel stuck. So sis, look at your income, okay? And just like I said also, I think it's a sad thing for me to say, but not everybody is going to be able to get out because of income, because of family situation, because of family obligation, because of health, right? And I want you to understand that it's nothing against you. You you are going to have to assess the situation and make the best decision for you. Not everybody needs to become an expat, right? Unfortunately, not everybody gets to make the choice. Some people just do not have the option to have that choice. And my heart grieves for you if you really gun-ho about going, but you feel trapped and you can't get out, okay? But don't wallow in, I can't. Because if you keep looking at it from different angles, you don't know. Something might come to the fore that's like, oh, that's an option all of a sudden, okay? So look at your situation, not just financial, family, obligations, your health, and look at all those factors and then make the decision that is the best decision for you in this time. Also remember that nothing lasts forever. Everything is temporary in this life. Nothing is eternal, only the Almighty. Okay? So, can you, if you have the possibility, I would say for Panama, because I'm in Panama, I think 15 to 2,000, you might be able to make it. It's probably a month. It might be tight, and you may not live in your desirable community. You may have to consider a place outside of Panama City. And this is again where the flexibility of mind comes. There are sisters here who are not in the city, who are living their best life. I was watching another sister in Rwanda yesterday. She was saying how she looks amazing, how wonderful, how safe and happy she feels. Not everybody needs to come to Panama. And then, I went to Rwanda the first time and I did not really get a good feeling about it. But then yesterday I was like, maybe I need to check it out again. You never make up your mind based on one experience, one visit. That's why I was coming to Panama. I made 4 visits. Okay. So be open to location, whether it's here in Panama or whether it's in Mexico or whether it's in Ecuador. Maybe Colombia could be an option. We have a sister she's spending some time in Brazil. She loves Brazil. I was even thinking of, where was that I love? Chile. I love Chile. I visited Chile twice. And then I was like, well, maybe I need to check it out. I went to Peru. I love Peru. You have options, sis. You just need to be open, okay? So don't put all your eggs in one basket. If you want to leave and you are not committed, you don't have commitments that must keep you where you are. You have options. You just need, and then, what I always say, don't make decisions based on emotions. The emotions are quite high right now. The sense of being unstable and unsafe. I get it. I get it, sis. I get it, sis. But don't rush to make a decision that you might regret later on. You see, I've been in Panama over 2 years now, and I have not regretted my decision one time. That's because it was well thought out. So I'm going to do a video, my regular video next week about the transition, because I am a prime example that you can transition to another country as a single, older female, knowing nobody here. Now I know people, but I didn't before. So you can do it, sis. You already ahead of the game because you have me here and older sisters here. We are here. So, but don't feel that you have to have somebody on the ground before you expat. Now, as I always say, you want to reach out to other people, make contacts, join the Facebook group, ask the question so people get used to hearing your name, so that if you're on the ground and you reach out to someone, get some people's phone numbers so that you have somewhat of a support. I don't know if I told you the story about when I landed in Rwanda at 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't have Wi-Fi, I didn't have phone. The driver wasn't there to pick me up, and I had to figure it out. And out of the blue, this young lady came in and she's like, do you need some help in English? And I was like, oh my God, that was the angel. So you have to believe in those things that God is going to send someone to help you. And I might be that angel right now talking to you and telling you what you could do. Okay. So look at your situation. Finances are important because you don't want to go someplace just because you want to go to that place, but you can't make it work. There are so many stories online about people who just go to these places, go to Africa, and they run out of money within 3 months. You don't want that. And especially now with the threat to Social Security, you want to be real, real careful because, these countries don't have any loyalty to you. If you get to a place like I can't pay my rent, they're going to kick my butt out of here. They can't. They have to because they don't want us to come and add to their burden. Okay. So look at your financial situation. Like I said, 1,500 to 2,000. If you have less than that, please don't think about Panama. Think about another country where the cost of living might be less. Look at your family responsibilities. Are you responsible to anybody? And if you are, can you make other plans for them, right? How is your health, right? Don't come to a brand new country with a bunch of medical issues and with no idea how you're going to continue your care. Are you going to have to pay out of pocket? Is it affordable? You have to pay attention and research those things very, very well. Because even here in Panama, if you go to the public hospital, before you leave, you're going to have to settle that bill. I don't know what happens if you don't. I haven't heard, oh, what happens if a sister's like, well, I don't have any money. Then maybe one of us you're going to have to call one of us and we kind of pool and do a fund or something and help you. But you're going to pay, okay? There is no indigent care in these countries. No, this is not the United States, okay? All right. So, yes, you can, sis. Yes, you can. But I guess the gist of this short video is to assuage your fear that you're not too old. Some people think of the number and just say, oh, I had a lady said to me, well, I think I waited too long. I don't know. And then this week, I watched a lady who said she's 85 years old. She was on Jackie's channel. She said she was in the Peace Corps, and I'm like, oh, we got something in common. So I'd like to reach out to her and talk to her because, 85, you're in a different country, living alone. Hello. That's amazing. That's amazing. I want to be like her when I grow up. So we are here, sis. We're in our 60s, in our 70s, in our 80s. We are bold. A lot of women are making the leap. They are just saying, I can do it. You get desperate enough or unhappy enough, you're going to take the risk. And you have to be a risk taker, sis. It takes that. It takes that. But if you are not, don't push yourself to do it and then get yourself all kind of discombobulated and you're scared and you're unhappy, you're anxious, and then your life becomes a mess. Be true to yourself, okay? Some people said to me, she watched a video, she's like, well, after watching this video, I realized Panama is not for me. And I'm like, great, sis. I'm so happy I was able to help you get clarity on that. Be clear about where you want to go, whether you can go, whether you should go. All right? I'm going to head to the gym and I hope you have a lovely day. God bless you. He loves you. I love you. Au revoir. À la prochaine. Bye.